们是
ChaBanSheng.
Welcome to ChaBanSheng CC.
Yeah, this is episode 4. That's like 3 more episodes that we thought that we would do.
It's very apt that 我们叫 ChaBanSheng CC because CC as in like community center, right?
Yes.
And then like 有空记得约我, right? It's really the one song that got us a lot of CC jobs.
Like very grassroots oriented. ChaBanSheng is very grassroots.
Yeah, no, and it's like 有空记得约我 and people are like, oh yeah, 记得要打给他
Yes.
真的有约我
Okay, so if 放不下的活着 for ChaBanSheng was a turning point where, you know, a lot of the people who listen to Chinese pop, the masses who listen to Chinese pop got to know about us.
Yes.
Then 有空记得约我 was where we got to get to know a lot more aunties, uncles. And also a lot of primary school kids.
I think 也是个题材啊，就是因为人家邀请你去一个 I don't know, like festivity, right? Like, and then 你不可能去那边唱放不下的嘛 right?
Yeah.
So,
No.
like,
Mother's Day 放不下
no. So, oh my god, I love this song. 有空记得约我
I was in Sanity once, right? And then because next to Sanity is an art school, not the current one, the previous one. These two girls walked in very excitedly and looked at me and said, 你是那个唱有空记得约我的对吗? And then proceeded to sing the song, the chorus of the song. I just like, I was doing work with my laptop at the counter.
They are girls as in like
Two girls.
几岁的
When they came in, I think maybe primary 4 and primary 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like really young kids, they
Yes.
like 有空记得约我 or like Call Me Not Baby.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is our grassroots song.
That's our
I love it.
Community 成名曲.
Yeah. And like I love how we spontaneously wrote a Singlish version late at night at my place. Yeah.
I still remember that. That was so fun. We really created that with so much giggly fits.
Yeah.
We were writing at 10:30 p.m. but we were in so much giggly fits. Like 一边写一边笑
I feel like it was our inner teenager. Just being like 挑纲.
No, it was our inner like, yeah, like 我也是想要唱 NDP. You know, I would as a singer in Singapore, as a Singaporean singer, being able to sing for NDP has always been, I think, one of the goals.
Yeah. One of the milestones that we want to hit, right?
I love my country, but
Yeah.
this is a dream that sounds so 遥远.
Yeah.
And yet I do see many people achieving it, right? And it's just so cool that 2 years ago, is it 2 years already? 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh God, it's been 3 years.
Yeah, I remember.
Has it been 3 years? No,
2 years. 2 years ago. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were there, we were doing NDP, and then because last year's NDP was to a crowd already.
Yes.
Full attendance. The year before, which is the year we were doing,
Yes. It was
they
like
only
partial.
had 1,000 people attending. Yeah. So 2 years ago, when we got to sing "Call Me Not Maybe" on the
On
Padang
national
stage,
TV. I can't believe we get to see Chabo.
yes,
and like,
until now, I still feel like being able to say like I'm not the same
Chabo
on a national stage while the ministers are walking in is by far one of our greatest achievements ever.
Yeah, and I love 升降台啦.
Yeah.
I was like 升降台, and then when we sing the 年少时候, then got people push us out like woohoo.
Do you remember during rehearsals, the first time the Sheng Tai went up, we both had tears in our eyes?
No, even getting ready.
Yeah,
Like before the Tai even sheng, we're like,
we're like, ooh.
oh, this is a moment, man. A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime. Yeah, it was such a 感动.
For that one 升降台, oh, I can't believe it's okay.
Every time I saw it, you saw.
So today's episode is about 有
空记得约我.
记得约我.
And I guess it's because like National Day is upon us.
Yes, around the corner.
We're not involved, lor.
I guess.
No, not really. We're doing the Gardens by the Bay show.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But this year 失宠没有做那个.
没有啊 Okay 啊 I'm still happy.
If anyone who works in NDP hears this podcast, call me, not maybe.
还是我们需要写多一首?
弹得很容易啊.
We have that new song. We have that new song. Maybe.
What new song?
I don't know. Maybe.
What new song?
Then we have that graduation new
Oh,
song.
no lah. My next greatest wish and ambition is to sing 一个人的火锅 on National Day stage. Anyway, so 有空记得约我. First up, we go to the origin of the song. Shout out to 一个演导的导演
叫做 The
Royston
Tan.
for calling us and giving us a chance.
This song was actually the theme song for his telemovie called 杂货店.
Actually, we were very inspired by the movie.
Yes, the story inside. So there was one little story inside. Like it's basically like a slice of life kind of
It's a 1-hour telemovie.
About like different Singaporeans' life, right? And there was one storyline between Brandon Wong and a China actor. The story is that they are both like 搬运工人, right?
They work in an ice factory.
Yeah, so they move like
ice cubes and stuff. They sell ice.
And Brandon was very unhappy with the Chinaman because he was like very willing to 加班. He was
very, very hard.
He was working very hard. He was working very late. And he was like, washing. Then like, everything he'll do himself kind of thing, right? And then Brandon Wong was, I mean, not him lah, his character.
The character.
So that character, the Singapore man was like unhappy, like, hey, why you kind of 抢我的工作?
Yeah, you make me look bad.
You're making me look bad. Hey, chill lah. Yeah, don't work so hard lah. You know, Then one day they were inside the ice cold storage. Inside the cold storage.
And they were actually got locked in.
Yeah, they were locked in.
And then because of being locked in and no help was coming, they started to have very deep conversations about life.
They were forced to have a conversation, right?
Yeah, because in order to keep warm, right, you are each other's only support.
Yeah.
So through that conversation, this is what we're telling you from what we watched in the telemovie. But even before that, when we were reading the cold hard script, this was the part that called out to both of us already.
It was very kantong.
Very kantong, because the PRC would then share about how he's here alone.
Yeah.
And the reason why he can do overtime is because he's doing this for his family who's back home in China.
And he has no one to go back home to.
Yeah.
So he was actually he thought that he was taking on workload from Singaporean men to spare him, you know, like 就是要让他帮忙他 help him, let him go home to be
his
with
family.
His family. And then, but like Singaporean men took it wrongly, you know?
Yeah. 就觉得 like, wow, you're trying to be competitive.
Spoil market lor.
Yeah, spoil market. You're trying to earn the OT money.
Yeah. So it was a very heartwarming story that is easily overlooked. It's about conversations.
And it's also how we assume.
Yeah. So to the Singaporean man, the China man is China man, right? Like you're not part of my community.
Yep.
And I rather you join my community. You need to follow the way
rules.
We do things. You follow my way. But actually, whenever there's anyone new joining, right, actually the dynamics change, right? And if we are open-minded and we are open-hearted, then we would be able to form a new community, and maybe better things will come about.
I think community in the first place 就是个缘分. I mean, being in the same company, we used back this story, right? On how like they ended up working together. This is 一种缘分.
Yes.
So open-heartedness, open-mindedness, but taking this as an example also, we see how sometimes we just feel like we're more superior somehow, right? Even you see it in the US, you see it in so many countries, you see it amongst the races, you see it even in industries. Like there's a,
okay, we're just going to say it out, okay? These are all the stereotypes, okay? Stereotypes 就是 ang mo is better.
Or like 倚老卖老也是一个东西. For example, some people
老一代的人可能就觉得年轻人 what do you know? I have so much experience.
I'm more superior. I know
I'm more superior. But
Yeah.
as a younger generation people, maybe we think like 你这样老了 you're outdated.
Yes.
But maybe the old person is not outdated.
There are always so many different flip sides.
Yeah. So there's always all these assumptions and stereotyping. And that's not open-heartedness.
Yeah. So we were very inspired by this because when they had the conversations, then the Singaporean guy started to be very 感动 and see that the China guy 很辛苦.
其实我们都一样.
Yes. Like we all have our own difficulties and we're all working hard for our families.
Yes.
And the sad thing about the story is that eventually when someone came to save them, the Chinaman had already passed on.
Yeah.
From the cold. So even when I was reading the script, I remember I was like tearing. I was so sad.
Yeah.
And when we wrote this song, 有空记得约我, oh my God, how did we start this so sad? But when we wrote this song, we really wrote it from I don't want to regret. I don't want these things to happen. I want to have conversations where everybody
is included.
Yes. And like 同一个地方，这是我们的安乐窝.
Yes.
对吗？
And by the way, 安乐窝 is not love nest 啊，这是我心中的一颗刺。
所以安乐窝是什么？
Okay, 安乐窝 is actually family.
Family, wherever you feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 安乐窝，同一个地方，这是我们的
安乐窝，
就一个地方，累积爱心的小动作，曾经想过这一切变得太多。
Why are we singing it?
No, because I'm trying to remember the lyrics and I can't remember if I don't sing it. So 曾经想过这一切变得太多，回头才发现自己也改变了许多。
Yes.
You know, often we look at the world and we say, wow, this generation is not like us, blah, 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 so much change. Like, for example, in the last episode, you were also saying, it's so expensive now, everything has changed. You know, we are human. We are
你是在说我的 income 也变多吗？
No 啦，I wish 啦 But 就是一个心态嘛 right? Like, I mean, we are Singaporeans are kind of known for being like complainy.
Yeah.
But I think the human condition, the human nature is that we are full of gripes. We'll always we suffer, yes, but then maybe the natural tendency is always to kind of like blame it on the environment, blame it on something else.
I think human nature is self-preservation. So when something is wrong, you don't want to blame yourself. You don't want to feel bad about yourself. And that defense mechanism 变成是 you blame it on other people.
Someone else, yeah.
Be it the government or the environment or the circumstances
or the 大环境
other Singaporeans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So when we wrote this line, right, it's about like how, yes, everything is changing. But hey,
we can change
so
too.
are you.
Yeah.
You have also changed a lot. So let's all just be a little bit more compassionate.
Yes.
Understanding.
Yes.
Kinder.
Yes.
And 累积爱心的小动作. It's all in the little things.
Yes.
Like, you know, like how in HDB, we love the HDB culture in Singapore. It's very kampong. I mean, we've heard so many things, especially during COVID. COVID
lah.
Yeah. So during COVID, we always because I was selling coffee, right? I was doing Sanity cold brew.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of group buys. Group buys are great.
Yeah.
Because you deliver one big thing done to one place. But the nice thing about it is that whoever is the representative who is reaching out to make that order, that person has to do quite a bit of work on it.
Yeah, but they got so one.
No, so I know that there are people who earn from this.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong about it.
Nothing wrong, because it's a lot of work.
Wrong. Yeah, it's a lot of work and they coordinate, and a lot of them are, you know, people, housewives who just trying to earn an extra income for their family.
Yep.
But I also know of like my own friends who will own self-organize.
Yes.
Like 他们那几层楼的 group buy.
It's for sanity.
Yeah, and like they do it to support me.
Yes.
That's one thing. But also, it's just this very nice kampong 精神啦.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
actually 我突然想到在 COVID 的时候我去 volunteer community center.
Yeah, 你去take 人家的 temperature 那种 right?
It was like they were giving away masks. Yeah, and I was like, before they can go in and collect the mask with their IC, then 就会 like 要 take temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I was doing that.
Yeah, I remember.
Then I felt like people were very nice.
Mm.
Like I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm very friendly also. I'm always like, hello, yeah, this way please.
Because you're the first line of defense. It's very important. That's why I opened a cafe. Because, you know, like, yes, you can get a robot to make you your coffee and pour you very nice latte art.
Yeah.
But it's different when the barista is standing there and saying, what can I get for you today?
Yeah.
You know, conversations, we need that human connection and the human touch. And although today we're talking about 有空记得约我 and National Day is just around the corner, but I think we can also take this time.
I think it's still about community.
To look back.
Yeah, we can look back and we can think and reflect on Singapore as a community. I think we got to accept that actually Singapore has a lot of foreigners.
多元种族.
Yeah, 多元种族 like as in they're multiracial, right? And then but I think because we're used to multiracial in a way, but I think now Singapore feels
multinational.
Like more and more foreigners are coming in. And maybe some, because 生活困苦嘛, like, I mean, it's really hard, like, it's really expensive. And then we might think that this is because there's an influx of foreigners or whatever reason, right? But I think we need to accept people for people.
Yeah.
Like individuals, right? So you
对人不对事. That's the opposite.
对事不对人.
Oh, but now it's like people ma.
Yeah, correct. But the 事 is there's an open up for influx of foreigners lah, right? But the foreigners 没有错的.
对.
the foreigners just like the China man, 他也是要为了他的 family 的生计，like the stability to 选择来到
So
新加坡。
what I meant, like the 对人不对事, the opposite is that like, okay, so the 事 is that there's an influx,
Yeah.
right? Usually when we read the 报纸, the newspaper, then we complain. It's always about like the government policy lah, what lah, you know, 没有为 this 大局 is changing lah, this that. But when we say we对的人, is that when we do get the chance to work with people, get to know them, get to know their personal stories, then your heart will open up.
Yeah.
Then your eyes will open up also to the rest of the world.
Yes.
And you'll realize that even though people are different, we are also kind of the same.
Yeah. So in that sense, right, I feel like even though Singapore is so dense, like we're all living so close to each other, but actually we keep to ourselves, right? Like each family is its own unit. And maybe like, oh, I have another family in like Bishan, then I have another family there, then maybe, oh, 我去看他一下, then like our community is not big.
Okay.
There's a lot of small community, right? I mean, you go to church, so I think that's a bit different.
No, you continue. I want to understand more.
Yes, I lost my train of thought. 你看啦
What? I didn't say anything. I did not disturb you.
I can see your face.
Oh, so it's my face now. My face is the problem.
Okay, 让我想想. No, I'm saying, so what I'm saying is open up your community.
Okay.
Like welcome more people into your group.
How do you do that? As in you're saying like this is an outreach.
No, not outreach. Like, I feel that, okay, 我敢讲哈,
讲
I feel that Singaporeans 很怕人, 很怕 strangers.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally you go into a lift, then you just like stare at the number.
Okay.
You know, but actually that's an opportunity for you to talk to your neighbor. Hey, hello, right. Like Rebecca will talk to the uncle who stays upstairs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice.
We all do actually.
You do. No, you do.
Yeah.
But you're not typical. Right? You're not a typical Singaporean. Like actually Rebecca
because I
took a
cannot
while
take
before
dead
she
air.
started doing. Yeah. But like I'm not really like that. So I experience a lot of dead air in lifts.
Okay.
Yeah, just like stare at my feet and then like stare at the number and like okay. Like I'm back in my 安乐窝.
Yeah.
Like I hide into my 安乐窝.
For me, it's very clear. Like it's like a song. How much time do I have?
I'm very scared to be in a lift with you.
I will read the situation, the vibes. And then if there are a few more flaws, how deep a conversation? What kind of question do I want to ask? Yeah, I will think about these things very quickly on between level 1 to 2.
I think that if there are like other children, then usually it's a bit easier. Like or like pets. Like I can do kids and pets. But if there are no kids, no pets, then I'm stuck in the lift for a long time. I'll be like, okay, this is all good.
I think I can because usually when I do it, I already prepare my heart for rejection. Yes, because you will get rejected.
Yeah, no, I can't take rejections.
Yeah, you have to prepare yourself for that. You have to tell yourself like, okay, 这个人可能会 rude, but I'll take it. I'll try. Yeah, so recently, I give you one example.
Okay.
Because Sanity is an Esplanade.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've always loved like, you know, saying hi to the security guard, whoever,
yeah.
old school
Yeah,
delight.
the
Hello.
cleaning auntie
Like, 我们走来走去都会
also.
hello.
Yeah.
So in the lift, there was a lady, she had a tag. She was wearing one of those like work stuff. I could see it said library. So between, I tell you, this one only got one level.
Yeah.
1 to 2 only.
Yeah.
I asked her, I said, oh, you work at the library. I said, are you new here? I said, you work at the library, are you new here? Okay, very quickly I said that. She said,
she left.
She said, no, she was very deadpan. She said, no, I've been here for 3 years. And I said, so 1 to 2 only. I only got one question and one comeback. Like, oh, 3 years. Oh, I have a cafe here. I've been here for 4. Bye. And in my heart, I just thought, hopefully I planted a seed. Maybe she will come by this corner because she never knew. She never knew Sanity existed. But she's been in the library for 3 years.
Yeah.
It made me feel a little bit sad, but like at the same time,
But
amused.
I understand. But I understand because I feel like, like I understand 这个封闭的心。
Yeah. I can imagine 她每天就是从 bus stop 进来 take 那个 lift 去 level 3进去 library，
对
and then 再 take 那个 lift or take 那个 escalator to go and buy lunch, come back up. Never will she ever come to my corner, even though I'm just right next to the lift. But in that moment to me, it's like, okay, even if she's deadpan about it, at least I told one more person that Sanity existed. You know what I mean? Like, there was still a nice thing to take home from that moment.
Yeah, but then what if 他就觉得 like, okay, all you wanted to do is promote your cafe.
No lah, but I got tell her, I open for 4 years, but we're closing soon. Bye. Because, level 1 to 2 only. Yeah.
And she will be walking to the library and thinking like, my God, this person's so weird.
Yeah, she just go back into her routine and then continue.
Yeah. She's still not going to Sanity.
Yeah. She already has a lot of sanity, maybe.
But actually, Sanity is a community space. It's like a community center on its own.
It is the Esplanade Canteen.
Wow, what an expensive canteen.
Hey, I got a lot of people all come in, right? And then like buy 上面的鱼便当 come down and eat one eh.
Oh yeah, that's true. I always buy the chicken chop from Old School Delight.
Yeah, wow, no respect all these people. But that's
I
how
ask you first one, huh?
how you build a community is by opening the doors and breaking down all barriers.
But I'm very proud of Sanity because, okay, by the time that this video goes out or this podcast go out, Sanity would have closed, right?
I need a sound effect.
Oh, you got the right one eh! 它是不是按到对的嘞？
是对的吗？我都很 set sound effect.
呱呱呱呱
By the time this podcast goes out, Sanity would have been closed for good.
Yes.
We're not really
不要讲
locating.
for good 啦。
For now.
我觉得 for now, yeah.
For now, yeah.
For now, because I feel like the seasons in life, right? And like this year, there's a strong calling for us to do ChaBanSheng stuff. So I'm actually very glad that Sanity is closing. Although I'm sad too, but I've already secured my Dosken. Yeah, the boss is gonna make me Dosken by herself.
I feel like Sanity will not be closed. In some way or another, I will still be down there grinding the coffee, making the cold brew. Then after Joseph want the triple cheese, I will still be buttering the herb, plucking the herb, making the butter, but in a very different format.
Oh, you can still do that lah.
I can. It just takes time.
Your panini press, all that, you're not gonna sell away,
I
man.
still have at home.
Oh, yeah, then I don't need my freezer toasty already long. I ordered freezer toasties because I thought maybe the DIY toasties.
Hello. I have to live my life one. Hello. I got to do ChaBanSheng. I hear the calling so vividly and strongly
Manifest!
and loudly from your creaking bones. Yeah, because Carrie is not getting any younger.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
her creaking bones are saying, 你
再不
就是要-
唱就没得唱啦。
So yes, this year's focus.
Would be ChaBanSheng.
Yes.
Although it's like second half, oh my God. Like, time's like running out, man. Every day I sit at home and plan and I'm like anxious because like, oh my God, time is passing so fast. From the beginning of the year when we heard like Pastor Prince like Vision Sunday, I already told you, oh my God, we're going to manifest. This is the right time, right place. We're going to do ChaBanSheng. And then we're going to 大红大紫. And then it's like, 半年了. We haven't done much.
What do you mean? Why do you always say that?
It's true, because
We
you're
do.
still busy at cafe, right? And then someone now is like, now as in the time of recording, she's a popular cafe leh. Every day
I'm
is like
so
swamped.
No, but
Okay, but we're starting. We're getting our like little wheels going, and then we're gonna build momentum.
No.
and
I really, from the first podcast, second podcast, I still vehemently disagree. I feel like we are always doing ChaBanSheng things. ChaBanSheng has become an identity for us. Like at the beginning, in the beginning, when we had ChaBanSheng, like it was like, okay, we got to build this, we got to build that. But as we live life and we go through different things in life, ChaBanSheng became the source of a lot of good things. Like, ChaBanSheng used to be an entity, like a career, like something we need to like invest into. But now it has reached a point where ChaBanSheng to me, right, is my everyday life.
Really?
It exists within me, yes.
Okay.
Like how everybody assumes Sanity, right, is opened by ChaBanSheng. And I have to keep repeatedly tell them, Carrie 没有股份的，她只是帮我 for free. Like a lot of things like...
Carrie 没有股份的。
Yeah, now April...
Carrie is a paying customer. Okay, every month Carrie has a standing instruction in my bank to
But
pay
other
Sanity.
customers, right, have to order like at least 2 days in advance. This person only gives me like 1 hour, that kind. Hello, I got no more cold brew. Are you still there?
Dying.
It's always like that. She's either dying or starving. Like, can you make a margarita now? I'm
I'm
starving.
on my way. I think
Yeah.
I've paid enough to have this VIP treatment. Scared. 讲出去了，then 自己 scared.
我只能够接受.
Yeah, but back to the point that Sanity is a community center. Every time I go to Sanity, right, I cannot stop talking. It's not like I don't want to stop. Like I cannot. Because like we'll meet one person after another, and then like I have to entertain them or like Like, oh my God, I haven't seen you for so long. And then like, it was it's always a great opportunity to catch up on people.
It's interesting.
With people.
Sanity has really taught me that the world is super small. It can even be like people who come in from overseas and they will meet a friend in Sanity.
Huh?
And like I know them individually and they're like maybe different walks of life, but somehow they know each other from somewhere. Or even Singaporeans, right, who come in, like I have a friend and then a customer walk in and they'll be like, oh my God. And then they will know each other because they are primary school friends, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I say at least one time a week under my breath behind the counter. That's why 不能够做坏事. Because
你这样讲很像你
everybody knows everybody.
你这样讲很像你很想做坏事。
没有 my point is 你就是真的不可以做坏事，你懂吗？ You think nobody knows? It's going to catch up on you. Insanity. Or something. Like it's both amazing and mind-boggling at the same time. How the community comes together. It almost makes me... I can be like all very noble and say that, yeah, wow, Sanity Coffee built a community. No, I think it gave a community a space.
Yes.
To connect and flourish.
Yeah.
Because a lot of very good conversations happen there. Like even with musicians who meet and bump into each other in Sanity. It's different because you're not at a 工作场合.
Yes.
You are bumping into somebody at an outside place.
Yeah.
That is comfortable, cozy.
That facilitates like sharing.
Yeah. Authentic conversations.
Yeah.
Then you let your guard down, you share a little bit more. Yeah. I hear eavesdrop a lot of these conversations from behind the bar. Yeah.
Nice.
So do
you feel sad? That a lot of people are asking her, so I'm just helping you all ask like, oh, do you feel sad about closing Sanity?
Was struck by a sudden pang of melancholy like a few days ago, but now I'm feeling okay.
Okay.
Now I'm feeling okay.
Oh my God, I can't imagine what the last day is going to be like.
Yeah, I also don't know. The team, right, keeps saying like they don't want to cry.
Oh my God, no way.
And I agree because Sanity is a business. It is a cafe.
Yes.
I don't want it to become like one of those.
But the top-down culture is like,
it's
emotional one.
I don't know. I try very hard as a boss, right? Not to build that sort of a culture that is like, oh, we are family, you know, and then like emotionally like hold on to these people. Like,
the more people say we are a family, the more they are not. The thing is because you don't say it, but like the way that you deal with your staff or like, you know, handle their emotional issues or like everything, it just feels like a family.
Yeah,
you don't even have to talk about it. You don't have to say it.
I hope so. Because I will deal with it. I will want to be a listening ear if they need my help. I will want to be there. And we try to build something where we try to be there for each other. It's just as simple as that. We're not trying to build any 伟大的东西. But at the end of the day, I always tell Amanda, always tell Zijin, like, what's the worst that can happen if you want to leave? Just go. You know, if you really don't want, if you're not happy, then you just go. 我 as the 老板, 我 just 怂我开几天啦. 我自己包个料啦, you know? So I always say that, and I think it has worked in a certain sense. So everyone feels comfortable there. They're there because they want to be there. Yeah, I think it's the same for my friends and my customers. I will never say, hey, come and support me. Why you go? Okay, the only person I do that to is Melanie. Whenever she posts coffee from somewhere else on IG, I'll reply her and say, coffee slut.
Well, you are always visiting other cafes.
Yeah, no, I know. I just do it to irritate her.
I only go to Sanity now, please. Okay, and you quit lah. But other than that, because Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, community.
But I think
people.
coffee, right? When coffee lovers come together, or like rather, coffee has become a very uniting topic. Or rather, it's a reason for people to get together, and it's like the new cigarette.
It's like instead of like
出去抽个烟呢, you know, then they have a community, right? No, there's a coffee community out there now.
抽根烟还是一个 community 不是咩?
是啦 but lesser people 抽 now 嘛.
Yeah, and then now they are the yellow box community very poor thing. Stand within a box. Sometimes I think they're very poor thing really.
Yeah, but they always throw their cigarette butt everywhere. I hate them.
Okay, so we should just need to La Kopi.
Yes, yeah, 有空记得约我 yeah.
Yes, so La Kopi was a thing that we put in. Is it in the English one? The English Call Me Not Maybe version. Yeah, like,
what's the part?
I'll never ever remember our lyrics.
La Kopi.
Everybody, all our listeners and fans are trying to like sing the song right now. Together,
It's the virtual TV. No, it's virtual.
Together as one, we'll build a nation strong and free. Together as one,
Go to
we'll
the virtual.
Singapore, count on me.
We don't live in virtual reality. Come let us meet to La Coffee. Please remember to call me. Yeah. Now it's easy to call people. Hey, come, let's all go for coffee.
Yep.
You know, like it has become a whole thing.
It's a slang.
It has become a community, a reason together.
Yes. At Sanity, when I started it, of course, I'm a coffee lover. And I also have those kind of coffee.
But when I got to know Tia, right, she doesn't drink coffee
at all. I drink tea.
all.
I would like to have a cup of tea.
Yeah, like me.
Yes, coffee tea or
I like tea too. With scones.
Yeah,
But
because
you know,
we
there
are
are no scones in Singapore.
yes, because we're ChaBanSheng, we're
Because,
not
like-
CafeBanSheng.
Yeah, and because I'm from Britain, the Great Britain, so you know, like I'm such a scone snob. Okay, I know I do very bad accents.
It's so bad, leh. I don't even know who you are now.
I try.
Great
So,
Britain.
so you do it whenever you do your accents, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, 你真的很会做 accent. And it's like super funny. Everyone's like laughing, ha 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 ha, right? Then now 我找到我自己的路线了 which is to do bad accents. Also, it's also a 路线, right?
In the
Comment below.
community, you have all sorts of people.
That brings us
Everybody
to
has
学不奇怪.
a role to play. Some good, some bad. But just like a good cup of coffee, balance is very important. So as I was saying, what was I saying? I was trying to say that Insanity, even though I realized I love coffee and I opened it hoping to give the masses a good cup of coffee. But by my definition of a good cup of coffee is not where it originates from, the kind of tasting notes it has. I want it for in that first sip, in that morning cup, for them to feel, I'm ready to start the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't drink Dosken in
the
the first
morning.
thing in the morning. Right?
Yes. So
because
for
it's
me-
cold. So I can't drink Dosken
You drink
first
it,
thing in the morning.
But you are not a good example. You drink coffee throughout the day.
yeah.
We all do. But you know
so
the
some people
customers
just
that I
like
get?
one cup kind of thing.
I
is it?
open 9:30 to 5 ma. Right? It's the morning cup ma. People will go and work.
Nobody remembers when you're open.
I open 4 years already. Until now, my friends can still text me on Saturday and ask me if I'm open.
Are you open today?
If I'm not open today, I must well 早就
I'm
关
serious.
了.
Everyone and people ask me also because like sometimes don't want to bother you, right? Then you'll be like, hey, is Sanity open today?
It's online,
What
guys.
is
The
it?
information is online. Just search on
Exactly.
Google.
It's on Instagram. Okay, it's okay. It's closed already. Now it's permanently closed. That's easy to remember.
Can you imagine after I'm closed, after this
People are
podcast
still
go
asking
out,
you.
people still ask me
wait.
if I am at Sanity today. I think I will 疯掉嘞。
你是有多没有 follow
这个还蛮像的。
啊？台湾腔我可以，那种华语的腔调我可以。
OK，好，
对
可以。
我这就是那个绿茶婊腔。
What is this episode about?
No, I've come to embrace myself. Like, you know, we just did the inner child episode and like all that, right? So I remember today I was looking at TikTok. Then I saw this woman just like giving this like her opinion about clubbing. Like, clubbing it sucks. Like, you know, clubbing music is like so loud. You can't talk to people. And then like people are going like, dunks, dunks, dunks. Is that dancing? Do you call it dancing? And I'm like, oh my God, this is so liberating.
Yeah, because it's you.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's me. But I never put it out there, one.
Yes.
Right? Then I'm like, maybe I should do a TikTok and I'll just be like damn opinionated.
The thing about TikTok, all the content that we see, right, that we like, right,
Yeah.
it's because 他们
Reflect ourselves.
they eloquently
Reflect.
put out all our inner thoughts.
Yeah, I mean,
And I just feel like,
yeah.
wow, I wish I could eloquently put my point across like that.
But you
It'd
are
be so
very
powerful.
eloquent. That's why we are doing a podcast as well, right?
Can you... No, we are doing a podcast because we need to put out more content. Because someone say ChaBanSheng very lazy, need to do more things. So we need to put out more content. That's why we are here. And also because whenever we do a concert, there'll be examples where people think that we are not singers but stand-up comedians. So we decided we would tap into that unspoken talent that we have and try and talk more, share more.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Can. What were we talking about previously?
I don't know. But I was very distracted by your neck. Like I felt like squeezing like your muscle here. 哇，你是很用力讲话欸。
Yeah. 我用力讲话还比你小声呢。我都已经那么出力了，你还是比我大声。
Okay, okay.
Like your natural, yeah, okay.
Let's talk about community. Let's bring it back, okay? Like,
Bring it back.
I like that like sanity is not the most may I say pretty. It's not the most fashionable place or like aesthetically like hip
Pleasing,
place.
hipster, minimalistic.
Yeah, there's no look. Like when you describe like other cafes, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's this minimalistic look, or you're talking about
they drew their interior design inspiration
from like Scandi, maybe Japandi, like you know, or like Suzuki is so Japanese,
like
looking.
wooden or like marble, right? Or like stainless steel.
Sanity is just sanity.
Yep.
Oh, remember we went to Australia? Was it Australia? No, Brooklyn. We were in Brooklyn.
We were in America.
And then we went to this cafe. there were like coffee beans, like barrels and like containers.
Tubs. 就是很乱就对了啦，那个地方。
很乱的地方。我就哇，这边 feel very familiar like sanity.
But that was the best coffee we had, huh?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I really think that sanity has very good coffee. Because I am not a snob. Like I don't know.
You mean in general or just coffee? You're not a
coffee
snob. Oh, yeah. You're not a coffee snob.
I'm not a snob.
Mm-hmm.
How can I be a snob when I have such low self-esteem?
I was thinking one thing slow.
I have to slow myself down to say
you're
that.
not a snob. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a snob. But I'm also not a coffee snob because I'm never into detail. Like it's just when I heard coffee, it's just 我喜欢 or 我不喜欢.
Yeah. Either you like it or you don't. Simple.
Yeah. And like whether it's rich enough, like it gives me feelings. Yeah, so like Dogskin, right? It gives me a lot of feelings. And dark matter as well. Yeah. A lot of feelings.
Yes. So the coffee is 稳稳啦，稳稳. It gives you 稳稳 the feelings, right? It
doesn't taste like a normal cup of coffee actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it tastes like 很有 feeling. What? I don't know how to say. I'm not a snob. I can't
because when I calibrate, right, I put a lot of my feeling into it.
I think it's a warm feeling.
Okay.
Which is what sanity is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I have to describe sanity, I can only say I started with an ambition that I want to make it kind of hipster. That it is a destination coffee place because of where we are located. It's very difficult to find. We're hidden in a corner. So
where the toilet usually is.
Yeah, people won't walk past us unless they think that we're the toilet.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I felt like I have to make it kind of like aesthetic in some ways by my standards. But you know, I'm not the most aesthetic person. Yeah. So eventually, slowly as the business progressed, COVID hit, this and that. Right now, sanity is literally looks like my room. It is my room.
Just a long.
From young
true.
until now, like my mom will always say mine is a狗窝. Then she'll make me feel bad about my room. Yeah. But whenever kids come into my room, they're so happy.
Because there's all sorts of things
when
inside.
When Ethan was young, he would tell me like, I love your room, it's so cozy. And that is the word that people always use to describe sanity now.
Yes.
Yeah, like messy but lovely, cozy.
Too unpretentious lah. That's how I would describe
yes. The moment you walk in, you just feel like you can be yourself.
Yeah, I think you attract the nicest people.
They're so
or
nice.
rather, maybe they are the nicest when they are in your space. Maybe out there they are like assholes.
Maybe,
but like somehow, okay, because I'm Sanity Sam, right? So during COVID, like I'm the one who will take orders from Sanity customers, and they are the nicest, like
kindest, most
understanding.
Because
like,
we will screw up, we will miss your order.
Correct, because we were running the whole delivery system by ourselves, like. And it's 自己想的 like, 我们要怎样 send like maybe we have 4 cars go out to 4 different areas. Blah, blah. We came out all that by ourselves, right?
Yep.
We're not a big corporation. We're not systematic in that way, right? So sometimes order is wrong or it's sent to the wrong place, or maybe someone need it on a Monday, but we can only send it on the Tuesday. They are so understanding. And in fact, I feel like they order because they want to support the community. They want to support this beautiful, lovely, warm space that is Sanity. It's
Actually, I think if I'm
还有
sad,
人
right? I think if we are sad, right, it's not because of the physical space.
yes, it's missing the
It's
customers.
like now you say already, I'm very sad. Because I think the biggest gains from operating Sanity in the last 4 years is the relationships.
Yes.
It's the conversations that I've had over the counter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just so tired.
Like Charmaine has become a close friend of yours.
Designer, who
And
designed the t-shirts.
she was actually a regular. Like I always see her like quietly sitting in a corner in her dark outfit.
She's always in black,
and her
oversized.
dark makeup.
And she always drink ice back.
and dark eyes. So actually 我一直都觉得 like 她好像很 interesting, but like 我不敢接近她。
But actually, no, we
but
only...
she is the loveliest. Like once you get to know her, this is what this episode is about. It's about how people can surprise you. How
And it
people
took
can be
time.
part of your community without you
Knowing,
realizing, right? So like Charmaine, like it took a long time for
2
even
years.
you guys to warm up, right?
First year, we already warmed up a bit. Like we know. Okay, so how it happened was that she was always there waiting for her girlfriend to knock off from work. And then we are closing really and she's still there. And then she'll be very paiseh. And then eventually, after she stayed on for a few more times, it was a bit like, actually, do you want to take a spare key?
Yeah.
Because like, so that you have a place to sit. Like for me, I'm already paying the rent. It's
Yeah.
a place that if it doesn't get utilized, then there's no point, right? This space. So, I mean, that was the first year, right? But then COVID was 2 years. And everybody, moved off to do their own thing, busy and all. It was not only until the 3rd or 4th year, I would say, where we got closer and we had even more conversations, at more time to like really share what is on our hearts. So
你继续讲啊。
Sham is one example. Sham is one example where it takes time. Like this person can be a part of your community for a long time, and it's just right time, right place. And
Shy
right
lah, she's shy.
conversations. Yes, she's very shy.
Shy.
Yeah, but other than Sham, so many others. I had this friend, right, who acquaintance, met him through a recording photographer guy, videographer, and then he came over to the cafe once, and after he asked me, can I do a proposal here to my girlfriend? I said, wow, if you think of my cafe, I mean you're a photog and a videographer leh. If you think that my 小小的 cafe 够美的话, like by all means.
Why ah?
I don't know, like 他 just needed a space. 也不一定是说他觉得我的 cafe 美。
可能他觉得要 private.
Yeah, private. Maybe not like it's very 美.
And you made him comfortable enough to ask.
Yes. So by all means, like I'll be honored. Many things lah. I mean, getting to know the Esplanade staff was also one of the nicest things. Even JJ, coffee with him over the counter. I think we've known each other for years, right? But I mean, he's always superstar.
Yep.
He's always someone you look up to. You just want him to be comfortable, have a good time.
Yeah.
But it was, if not for Sanity, if not for him coming to enjoy a cup of coffee, us bonding over that, it would just always be, he will always just be that superstar. Like 不能够更深一层去了解他
More
as
like,
a person.
we don't have a reason to get to know him.
Yeah. So, I will miss a lot of conversations. I mean, recently also a friend texted on that day itself and said, are you there? Anyway, if you're not there, don't worry. I just want to come by for a shrooms and a drink. And I was there. She was there for a long time and I was doing my thing. I was so busy, right? Because now we are popular closing down cafe.
Yeah.
But when I finally got chance, a pocket of time, and by pocket, I mean like 10, 15 minutes to sit down with her, instantly I knew something is off. The energy was off. And in that 15 minutes, we managed to have a very deep conversation. She was able to share what was bothering her. Got tears and all. And I, at that moment, I was just thinking to myself, this is what I opened Sanity for, I guess. Because I always tell people Sanity was a calling. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I don't love coffee enough that I want to change the world by serving you one cup at a time. I'm not that waiter. But it was a calling. It was this piece in my heart that said, yes, open this space. And as I was having that conversation, I looked back and I realized there were many such conversations because Sanity is a place that is open from this timing to this timing. It's convenient. You might just need a respite from your day. You just needed somewhere to go. And this was the place that you chose. But in that time that you spent here, in the conversation that you had, either you managed to offload something or you managed to take home something. And this is the thing that I feel proudest of. Like a few days ago, I was hit by a, like imposter syndrome sort of a thing. Where I felt like, wow, I'm really not good enough as a singer, as a songwriter, as a whatever. I mean, it's the sort of thing that we always talk about.
Yep.
And I started to try and logically, like, okay, what do I count as most successful in my life, right? And I realized it's not even these things. It's not like 放不下的活着, how many
15 millions.
how many streams or all these things. It's really not like, it is the messages that come to tell us that 放不下 made a difference.
Yeah.
Gave them the courage to do something that they've set on for a long time. Or it accompanied them through
a difficult time,
the passing of a dad. And
it's
then,
always the people.
Yeah, it is these things, it is the conversations, these are the things that I feel proudest of. It made me feel that, yeah, we lived our lives. We are of value in this world. And I think that's what community is to give each other a chance to
support.
Yeah,
I think it's about support.
And to be of value. And then we are, no man is an island. We are here.
On this island?
On this island, this sunny island. Sunny island. For you and me.
I don't know song.
Singapura.
Oh, Singapura.
No. Hey. Okay. Become beauty world. Cha. In a community, like what you said just now, right? It's kind of like inviting people in.
Letting people
in. That can be really scary. But if you don't let them in at some point or another, then you wouldn't know what sort of an impact it can play in your life. And that's something that I've seen in Sanity. The way the dots connect. Not me, I'm actually viewing it. I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing collaborations happen. Simin, Xuehan, the mural on the wall. Simin,
and they did a hand-drawn
Chantel. All these things,
there.
you see the way the dots happen, right?
Yeah.
It's so nice to be a part of it.
But you are a great people connector.
And then having Sanity helps me with that, right?
Yeah, like you were like, hey, you should meet this person. Or like you need this thing, like meet this person.
But if I don't have a community, if I don't have a space for the community to come, for me to understand more, like knowing that Shami is a designer, for example, seeing that, or listening to stories, knowing that Xuehan, or like, what are the further dreams beyond Jaguar Tattoo, Simin, all these things. Like, if I don't have that conversation and know that they have these things on their heart, I wouldn't know who to connect them with also.
Yep.
And it's very Siemen one sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, I got no better term for it, but
yeah. It's very serendipitous.
It's very serendipitous. Okay. Yes, I'm just here sipping my Earl Grey with a biscotti. So serendipitous that I just had a conversation with Simin.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, this stranger comes up, sits on my counter and says something relevant. And I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
This is a sign. Okay. That I have to connect these people. I'm just giving you an example. Like sometimes it's the timeliness of it. Okay. The timeliness of it is like, huh? For real? Like sometimes they're still there, no? So I will be like,
oh my God, you two should meet.
Yeah, then they'll just be having conversations over the counter. And sometimes I look back and I think, is this distracting for people who just want to come here and have a cup of coffee? Like, is this the noisiest cafe ever? Oh my goodness, can I just say, wow, because I just thought about it. I have a dream.
I have a dream. Okay. A song to sing. Okay.
I have a dream. Before Sanity closes, which is in 2 weeks from this time of the recording, I've always wanted to know what Sanity will be like if at the same time Melanie Wong, Carrie Yeoh, Ray and Felicia Chin are in my cafe.
Then we test the decibel.
Yes. I was just thinking like, don't need to pay contractor to reinstate the place, what? I just invite the
tear
four
it down
of you
with
down.
our laughters.
Yes. Do you think it can happen?
I mean, me and Mel should be able to lah, but like those two superstars, they are 红星, 超级红星.
Now that I've said it, I will manifest it.
Okay, we'll share on the live chat whether that happened.
Okay.
But I'll be so conscious. I think I'm the softest among them. Yes? I mean, the fact that you're considering, I'm happy.
Actually,
I think so, right?
I hate to say it, leh. Yes, leh. You and Mel are on a bit of like a 平起平坐, same level, thereabouts.
I lose to Felicia and Ryan for sure.
Wow, on a different tangent.
Yeah. No, I think before my vocal surgery, maybe I was Feli.
No, you are consistently loud. Feli is
because she's that kind, right? So I'm also the like before my surgery. But after that, I like that.
Okay. Okay, today's episode 有点好笑，有点 like light-hearted 啦
Yeah lah.
which is nice.
这个 community 就是
light-hearted.
light-hearted 啦。Like I think like for example as pop, right? We're obviously like, shoved into it. Like, it's a thing that we didn't know what to expect.
Yep.
Right.
Being a mentor, you mean?
Being a mentor or
What to do
get
for
to
the show.
know like Dion, Mei Gui, Shirley, and like Jeremy, like all these people that were involved in Nespop. Sometimes you're like, you join a project, you don't know who you're gonna meet, and then you have a lot of unexpected fun, unexpected friendship. Yeah, so I guess the whole point is just to be open-minded, community-minded. Sometimes we think maybe we get caught up with our own problems. Maybe we get caught up with our own thoughts and ambitions and like responsibilities. Maybe we can be a bit more open-minded and community-minded and then take other people into consideration and involve them in your life. And then you'll be surprised.
I think
because you can learn so much from each other.
If there's a practical way to go about this, like when you mentioned S-pop and I look back about how we were in this community, how it started, I think it's never easy because you can really hear 冷屁股 also ma.
Yeah.
But I think in a community setting, right, what we try to do consciously also is that we try and throw out good energy. Yeah. And then in this community,
you try to give.
Throw out, you may or may not immediately get a response, right? But sometimes you do.
Yeah.
And then that energy gets stronger.
Yeah.
There are more people who share the same thing. And then it gets funny. It gets
why I mentioned S-pop is because like I feel like in my normal life, probably Shirley and me, we wouldn't our paths wouldn't cross.
Yep.
It wouldn't converge in any way. We probably didn't think that we are so similar.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's based on her IG Instagram, I totally wouldn't think that we would have so much similarities.
Yeah.
Right? But actually we do. And it has been what? 2-3 years since S-pop ended, and we are still very close. Yeah. And Shirley would like text in a group chat and like, guys, I miss you guys. Like we need to meet soon. And like I love that.
Yeah.
We have formed a little I hate to say this, but
小家庭
family. But I feel like, like as cringe as that might be, but
we have a lot of love for them.
We have a lot of love for these kids. And
sometimes also angst lah, but that's what
family
family is like.
Yeah, the angst has come out of like, 哎呀，怎么讲这样多次你又听不懂这样 like 哎呀 like Mei Gui and Shirley probably our paths will never cross also.
Yeah.
Leon will never cross path with any of us. But like because we went into S-pop wanting to pour our hearts out, right? Wanting to really connect with them, be like super open-minded about it. And like, we unexpectedly found a little family.
Yeah.
A 小家庭.
Because there was no format. There was no, this is my job scope. This is not my job scope. Like we just went in there and we just went crazily, just whatever we can do, we do.
Yeah.
Right? We never like, and this is my pay grade, this is how much I want to do.
We were not doing a job. Right?
Yeah, we were not.
Yeah, we were not. We were like all out, like, okay, 一日为师，终身为父, that kind of thing. Okay?
Yeah, we take these things a bit too seriously sometimes, I feel.
Yeah, really. Like we were rehearsing with them way beyond like what is expected, what is filmed and stuff. So
it was nice.
It was very nice. Yes. Like actually, even me and Mei Gui, I don't think we would have been friends if it's not S-pop.
We've known her for a very long time because we all worked in radio, but she's always been just this 小妹妹.
And she's like quiet and reserved, right?
She's
like, keep to herself. Then like Hello Kitty, 我看到一个 Hello Kitty 我就 judge 她，
就想打，
我就 judge 她，我就不要跟她做 friend。
她讲 Hello Kitty。
kick 啊 kick，
他今天 send 我一个 photo， 看他现在拍 MV， 他讲 spot the Hello Kitties， 我 reply 他 slaps。
Yeah, now she would like send us photos of her with a Hello Kitty, and then we'll be like,
Nothing against Hello Kitties, all on Mei Gui. No lah, no.
Yeah. It's all good and fun. Okay, so we're gonna end our episode here.
It's
so
also,
in terms of
to end it,
sanity,
to end it, we must first tell them, right? Please spam this song, 有空记得约我, and also spam Call Me Not Maybe because it's National Day.
Yes.
So if you hear this podcast right now, just share the link somewhere, okay? Help us garner more eyeballs, and so that the NDP committee of 2024 will call us. Not maybe.
Together as one, we'll take each step in unity. Together as one, we'll be the best that we can be. It's not just me, it's we in this HDB. Downstairs that auntie always say I chante only. Together as one, we'll build a nation strong and free. Together as one, we'll shout, sing up and count on me. We don't live in virtual reality. Come let us be till I go beep. Please remember to call me. Oh, oh yeah. We don't live in virtual reality. Come let us be till I go beep. 记得约我 Please remember to call me.